So yesterday we have seen about actually how to work on with the functions. The same thing today we are gonna see with the constructors. Okay, how a constructors will be used and then how to use all those things. We'll see it by today. I'll create a new package. Constructors package name always should start with a small letter, so that's why I'm making it as a small letter to start with. Then click on finish. For me, a package is created. Now I will create a class understanding constructor. Then I'll click on my main function, click on the default, click on finish. So I got it. So this is how we write a class. So how we normally write a method, actually what, so I'll open it, open a paint. Class ABC. Then always a class will have a main function. Then how a method will be written? Method will be written like void method 1. When we write a method like this, this is called as a non-static. Hello. So when we write like this, actually this will be called as a non-static method which does not have any argument. So it's called as a default method. A method which does not have an argument will be called as a default method. Okay, so methods also is of same two types. One is a static, another one is a non-static. Static methods can be called with reference of a class name abc dot method 1. So I can call it like this, abc dot method 1. I can call like this. If it's a non-static method, void method 2. So if I want to call this method, for that I need to create an object. So abc obj1 is equal to new abc. I need to give like this. Then after that I need to give call it as obj1 dot method 2. I need to call like this. So always non-static members, it can be a method or it can be a variable. You should call it with the help of the object name. That's it. Okay. So we can also differ methods with same, that is you can have a same method name with different arguments over there. Okay guys, we can have the same method name with different arguments also. So for example, I'll have one more method. So I'll have same void method 2 integer a. So if I want to call this method, what I need to do, I need to call this method like this, obj1 dot method 2 integer a. So I need to pass an integer value 20. That means now what will happen? The method 2 will be called, that is actually which method? That is which is accepting an integer argument. Okay, so this concept is also called as method overloading. That is a method which has a same name but with different arguments. That is called as method overloading. Okay, we'll be calling these arguments as a signature also. Okay, a method with different signatures over there. This is one. Another thing we have seen. So instead of void, if I have it as double method 3. So this one, what will happen right now? The method name is method 3. So obj1 dot method 3. Okay, the method name is method 3. The return type here is actually what means is double. So void means I don't want to return any value. It's mandatory that I cannot return any value. Same thing, if it is double means I should return some values over there. So return 20.30. That's the thing. So it's like actually what? According to the return type, I need to return the specific value over there. So return 20.30. So that when we call this method, this will go and execute me this method. Then the 20.30 will return to the place wherever it's got. So if I want, I can capture it over there in a variable. Double A is equal to obj1. Then if I print over here scissor, the variable name, now it will print me 20.30 over here. That's the thing. Clear? Any doubts for anyone, guys? This is what's about method. This is what we have seen still now. Okay. Okay. So now we'll go to the next one. So anyone has any doubts, please let me know. If everyone is clear, it's okay. Okay. So now I'll go to the next one. We are going to see right now about constructors. So constructors. How a constructor will be written means class XYZ is my class name. So always a class will have my main function, public static void main string arguments. Constructors will be same as like the functions only. Okay, so it will be as like a functions. The behavior how it works will be little bit changed over there. How a constructor will be written, I'll tell you. Okay, so a constructor name will be as like same as my method name only. The constructor name and then the class name will be always same. So for example, in this class, what is my class name is XYZ. So how a constructor will be determined will be written like this. XYZ parenthesis. This is how a constructor will be written. Default constructor. This is what it's going to do. So if I want to call this constructor, how we need to call this constructor means we have to create an object for that. That's it. So constructors, if we want to call this one, always constructors can be called only when we create an object for that class. This point of time only the constructor will be called. Okay, so here constructors will not have a return type. Okay, there is no option actually from our side. We will not have a return type over there, but we have constructors with different arguments. Integer a. So now what happens is integer constructor. Same thing. XYZ integer a comma double b. So now this one is integer and double constructor. That's the thing. So integer and double constructor over here. So we got this information over here. So now if I want to call that another constructor, if I want to call this constructor, so what I need to do, I need to create another object. So then only I can access it. So this is capital X. Is it this? It's case sensitive. It should be same as like that.
Only I have one small doubt.
Yeah. Tell me. Yes, Rajesh.
For a single object, we can call only one time constructor, right?
Only one constructor can be called. Yes, correct.
Means with that help of that constructor, we can call another constructor using super. That's it, right?
That one, when it comes over there, I'll just let you know. Okay, because right now, if I say that it'll be confused for you, I'll tell you that when we come to the inheritance.
Sure. Thank
you. Yeah. So now, if I want to call this constructor, I need to give xyz obj2 equal to new xyz. Then what I need to give here, that is actually what, integer and double over there. So that means I need to pass an integer value 20 comma 30.20. I need to pass like this. So now what will happen? It will go and call me this integer and double constructor. That's the thing. So each and every time whenever I want to call my constructor, I need to utilize it properly. That's the main thing. Okay. So I need to create a new object, then only that constructor will be called for us. Any doubts for anyone on this? So if you're clear, we'll see the yes, tell me.
Yeah, Murli, I have a small doubt. Why the class name is same as constructor name? Means, why the constructor name is same as class name?
That's how actually the syntax has been prepared in Java. Because functions actually what will happen means when that is from my side, I can have whatever name for that. So I can explicitly call over there with help of the reference of a class name or an object name. But constructor what means every time you create an object, that time only actually what by default it's been called. So that's why my class name and then the constructor should be same over here. Because here there is no explicitly calling over here. Whenever I want to call the constructor, I need to create an object. Then how it is should be used and then when it should be used, I'll tell you. Any doubts on this over here?
No.
Okay, yeah, I'll put you in view. Yeah. So when it will be used and all the thing. So from your side, when you're executing some code over there, that is, if you're sure that actually whenever I want to create an object, there are some set of statements that need to be executed for me for sure. That time, those informations will be having it over there in the constructor. So if you see in Selenium level, so what things we will have it in our constructor means, that is having the information actually where my files are located. In those places, we will be having the code. That is actually what from my side, I want to locate my files where all it's present. So that informations we can have it over there in the constructor. So those informations we used in Selenium where that is one. Another thing from our side actually okay, you have this one alone right now. That is to locate the files. For example, my data sheet. When I want to run some test cases, where the test cases should go and get its data. My username, password for create a customer, what is the customer name and all those stuffs. So those data sheets I will be passing through an Excel sheet. Where that Excel sheet is located, that information will be giving it to the constructor. That's what we'll do. Okay. So now I'll go to the original program. So we'll see how we have used it. So now I want to write a default constructor. So now hey Sangeeta, can you tell me? I want to write a default constructor. Can you tell me how I can write a default constructor?
Sure, above in the class, we have to write understanding constructor, open and close parentheses,
Super.
and then flower brackets.
Correct. That's it. This is a Here, do we have a return type can be write like void and all those things. So usually we will not writing those things over there. So it will give it as integer. Okay. So those things will not be using your methods. Okay. So usually that is actually what we don't prefer these things. We always write the constructors like this only. Okay. This is one. Then I want to write a constructor which will accept an integer value. Then how I can write?
So understanding constructor,
Yes.
integer,
Yes.
int a.
Yes. That's it.
Mhm.
So, hey, thanks. Thanks again. Thank you. So now, hey, Suprita, can you tell me? I want to call this constructor. Sorry. So I'll write it. Default constructor. I want to call this constructor. Can you tell me how I can call this one? Hey, Suprita, you there? Oh, you have mic problem. Yeah. Hey, Raghu, can you tell me how I can call this integer constructor? Rajesh, can you tell me how I can call that integer constructor? Please, can you hear me, everyone?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hello.
Yeah. Yes, Rajesh. Can you tell me how I can call this constructor, this integer constructor?
Create an object and just pass one integer argument in the.
Correct. So if I want to call that, so I'll have here system program starts. Then I need to create an object. obj1 is equal to new constructor. So if I want to call this one, I need to pass an integer value 10.
Yes.
So now this will go and call me this one. So I'll have this is a program ends. Right click, run as Java application. Just let it run. See, it has printed me program starts, integer constructor, and program ends. So I want to print this value in A. So now anyone can help me on this. So hey Saurya, can you tell me right now I want to print the value of this A over here. So I want to print that value. So how I can print that? Can you tell me?
System.out.println.
Yes. Then A.
Okay.
So now I want to add some value to it. So can you tell me how I can add it?
Add
That is, for example, my output right now, it will be printing me as 10 right now. I want to print it as 40. Here my output should be 40. Can you tell me how I can do?
plus 30. There.
Yes.
Okay.
So here plus 40 I can give. Now what will happen? The value of A is 10. 10 plus 40 is 50 over there.
50. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Thank you. So this is about the basics of it. Okay. So now I'll show you one program. We'll execute that. Okay. So then one more thing we will see. static and then non-static block. This is about constructors. Then I'll tell you about static and non-static block. It is static insertion block. Then this is non-static insertion block. One is static insertion block, the another one is non-static insertion block here. These are the two things. So now, how this can be written? So we'll see. So class class ABC. So this one. So how a static block will be written is, okay. So what is called as a block? That is any information that comes under with the parenthesis. Okay. So anything that comes with the flower braces, that is called as the block. Okay. So right now a block which comes only with the parenthesis will be called as a non-static block. Okay. A block which has a keyword here called static. Which has a keyword here called static, that will be called as a static block. So now I'll have here, I can have multiple blocks over there. I can have multiple blocks over there. Then this will be actually what non-static blocks over there. So how these blocks will be executed over there? We'll see. So always a class will have a main function, public static void main string arguments. Okay. So how these blocks can be executed means, okay. So all the blocks what will happen means actually what will be executed in sequential order. It might be a static or non-static block. I can have it over there in a sequential order. Okay. I can execute it over there in sequential order. So static blocks what will happen by default. Whenever I execute my program, for me static pool will be created first, correct? So because of that, the static block will be executed by default. Before executing my main function, static blocks will be executed. Then after that only actually what my main function start to execute. Okay, so if I have 3 static blocks, all the 3 static blocks will be executed in sequential order one by one. So non-static blocks what will happen means whenever we create an object, okay, whenever we create an object, that time only the non-static blocks will be executed for us. Okay, so what will happen? We create an object, non-static blocks will be executed one by one. Then if we have any constructors, then the constructors will be executed. Then after that actually what? That comes to the normal program. That's how the execution works over here. Okay. So now I'll come again. So how it works, we'll see. I'll create one more. Understanding SAB IAB RAM main function as default. So now if you see how a static block will be written, it will have a keyword called static. That's it. So how a non-static block will be executed? It will be like this. So I'll have zone SAB1 zone IAB1. Then I'll have one more static block, static I'll make this one as SAB2. This one I'll make it as IAB2. Then this is a program starts. Now if I execute it, see what happens. SAB1, SAB2, and finally program start. That is, before executing my main function, the static blocks are executed in sequential order. That's the thing. So in case if I move the static blocks to this place, see now it will be SAB2, SAB1. That's how the execution will happen for us. Okay, the non-static blocks are not been executed. So how to execute the non-static blocks means so simple. So if you want to execute the non-static blocks over there, so I need to create an object for that. So how I can create an object? Understanding SAB, IAB. So for that I need to give understanding SAB. obj1 is equal to new SAB. This is how. Okay, this is how we create an object. Then now if execute it, see what happens. This is a program ends. Now when executed, first static blocks both are executed 1 and 2. Then after the program starts, then my main function starts to execute. Whenever I create an object over there, what will happen? This will go and call me the non-static blocks. IAB1 and find IAB2. Then after that again, it comes to the control comes over here, program ends. In case if I have another constructor, so I'll have a constructor over here. This is a default constructor. I'll have one more constructor. I'll have it as integer A. So now if execute it, see what happens. So now if I see, my output will be see, first both the static blocks has been executed. Then after that program starts, my main function starts to execute. Then after that IB1 and then IB2. What's happening? Non-static blocks both are executed. Okay, program start, non-static blocks both are executed. Then after that, what from my side it gives me information, default information. So what's happening over there? Whenever I create an object, all the non-static blocks will be executed sequential order. Then after that, my respective constructor. Then after that, what's happening? My constructors will be executed after the non-static blocks, both the things. Then after that, finally program ends. So constructors, which constructor will be executed? There are two constructors I have over here. So the constructor which is having no argument, that will be executed for us. So anyone has any doubts on this one? And one more thing. So if I want to call this constructor, see what happens. I need to pass 20. Now if I run this, see now instead of default constructor, integer constructor is being executed. That is after executing the non-static blocks, then only my constructors which is matching that will be executed. Not all the constructors will be executing for us. So anyone has any doubts on this one? Understanding what is constructor, what is static and the non-static blocks? Anyone has any doubts?
Murali, can you name any static blocks? Like, see, let's say I have 3 or 4 static blocks. Is there any possibilities? Can I name them?
No, static blocks you cannot name it. So always static blocks is like actually what? It will have a block which will have a keyword called static. That's it. You cannot have any name for it specifically.
Why it is required exactly?
Yes, so this one we will not be using in Selenium, but in the developments world, for example, when I'm going to execute my program, so there are some set of statements which need to be executed before I execute my main function. So it's like actually what I want to initialize my value over there. Okay, for the variables, and then after that some methods over there for the functions. So those things we have it over there in the static block. There is some precautionary measures. Those information will have it over there.
And how about the non-static blocks? Why it is required?
And non-static blocks, whenever you create an object over there, so from my side, that non-static blocks will be executed. Constructor level, what will happen? Which argument is matching, that constructor only will be executed. Correct? So here actually what's happening? Non-static blocks, any point of time, all the blocks will be executed for me. It matches with the argument or not. Anyway, for sure, it will be executed. All the things will be executed for that. Clear? After that only your respective constructors will be executed.
Any specific scenario for non-static block, like real-time scenario where it is really being used?
So in Selenium right now we don't have anything. So this one you're learning mainly for the understanding purpose of actually what for the interview level and then memory allocation part. So real-time level actually what if you see the database connection informations are there, na? So to open the database connectivity, they will have it over there in this non-static or static blocks over there before executing the function. Then after that, finally, they will be actually what closing it with actually what some other functions over there. That's it. Clear? Open and closure over there.
And Murli, I have one more doubt.
Yeah, tell me, sorry.
See, while creating the object,
Yes,
by default constructor is being called.
correct.
Okay. So before that non-static block is being executed, can you
Yes.
just explain me a little bit means what is really happening in the background?
Yeah,
How it is
next actually what I'll be explaining you one program. So this program is there. I'll be explaining you with the help of the memory allocation part. So yesterday we have seen about the memory allocation part. Na? So how the memories are being allocated, all those things we will be explaining right now. Then you will understand what's happening in the backend. This is what your expectation was, Surya?
yeah, that's it.
Yes. So we'll do that. So anyone has any doubts on understanding these both? Okay. So we'll have a break here right now. So we'll have a 5 minutes break over there. Then after that we'll execute this program over there. Okay, the memory allocation concept. Okay, yeah. Thanks, yes. So we'll meet by another 5 minutes over there. So we'll meet by perfectly 9:47 or 48. Okay, thank you. Yes, we'll start the session. So now we'll execute this program through help of our memory allocation part. So we'll see how the output works for that. I'll go to the page. Then just move these things a little bit. So we're going to execute this program. So now, when I execute this program, what will happen right now for me? A memory allocation is going to happen. This is my memory allocation name. So the memory allocation name will be constructor, and then with some hexadecimal numbers. So I'll take the name of the constructor, the name, class name. Okay. So now, always when a program starts to execute, the first memory which will be allocated will be static pool over there. Okay, that will be the first memory. So static pool. Then after that, now what happened? All the static members will be loaded. So what are the static members we have? That is, here we have one static block that is there. Then after that, constructors is there, and then main function. So then after that, my main function is there. Apart from that, we don't have any static members over there. Okay, so only these things will be loaded right now. Okay, only one static block and then one main function, that alone, these two alone will be loaded for me right now. Okay, so then I told you before executing my main function, my static block will be executed. So statics members, actually, if you see, always it will have only one copy. Okay, non-static members will have multiple copies. So static members always, it will be like, actually what will be having only one copy for you. It will not have multiple copies. So that's why whenever I execute the program, static blocks will be executed once. After that, the static blocks will not be executed at any point of time. But non-static blocks, anytime when we create an object, that will be executed for me. If I create two objects, that is two times actually what the non-static blocks will be executed. Okay, that's the main thing over there. So now next, the static blocks. So that one first will be executed. So for that, now a memory will be allocated for that. A local memory for this SAB1. Okay, I'll just give. So now what will happen? This block will start to execute. So my output will be static block. Then after that, here what I'm doing, I'm trying to create an object. So whenever we create an object, what will happen right now? I told you, first all the global members will be loaded. So first we'll create an object. So I'm creating an object. So this is my object name, that is obj. Obj is the object name. Now all the global members will be loaded. What are the global members we have? That integer I, that will be loaded. Then after that we have one. This is a non-static block. Okay, this one. This is one non-static block. Then this is the another next non-static block. That's it. Okay, two non-static blocks. So I'll write it as IIB1, IIB2. These two will be loaded. Then after that, that is actually what my constructor. So right now I created the object. Do I pass any argument? No. So that means which constructor will be matched? This constructor. Okay, that is a default constructor will be matching for me. So that will be also loaded for me right now. Then after that, my main function. These are the informations that will be loaded for me. Okay, now everything is loaded. Now what happened? First, actually, what I told you, non-static block will start to execute. So first, the non-static blocks over there. So that starts to execute. Local memory for IIB1. Local memory for IIB1. Now what happened? Goes to this one, IIB1, start to execute. So non-static block 1, that will be executed. Then after that, I am trying to print I value. So in the non-static block, here do we have I variable? No, we don't have any I variable declared over there. So when we don't have any local variable here, so before what happens in the main function level, it directly the search will go to the static code. So if it is a constructor, or if it is actually what a non-static block, or if it is a non-static method, my search will go directly to the object level, because this IIB1 from where it has been created, from where this one has came, it has been came from the object level. So this one actually what just came from here, this object. So now what will happen right now? IIB1, it goes and checks whether in the object level do I have I variable? Yes, we have. So this 10 now it will be printed. Clear, guys? Anyone has any doubts on this part? If you have any doubts, please let me know this alone. So if you want, I can explain one more time also. Okay. Okay, so can I continue?
Yes.
Okay, so now this one has been executed right now. Then now what happened when we executed that information? What happened for me? The memory will be deleted with the garbage collector. So once my control comes out of this, now next what happened right now for me? The next non-static block start to execute for me. So for that again, so now it will be local memory for IIB2. So now what happened right now? It goes to the IIB2. So what is the value here? Non-static block 2. Non-static block 2 will be executed. Then next what anything else is there? So now we have executed that one. Now again, garbage collector deletes that memory. So now for me, both the non-static blocks are executed. Now what will happen right now for me? The constructor. Okay, so which constructor will be there? default constructor. Yes, correct. So this will start to execute right now. So now, so now for me, this one. Now for me, this constructor. So this one, now what happened right now for me? This will print default constructor. Okay. So this will execute. Now what happened? It comes out of the memory. So now the memory will be deleted. So now for us, both the non-static blocks and then the default constructor, both are executed. So this also comes from where? From this place, correct? So for me, actually what? Or both non-static blocks, constructors, everything is executed. Then now control comes to the same place wherever we created the object. That means, so to this place it comes, correct? Then after that, next now system.println obj.I. So what is my I value right now in the obj? It's 10. So now it will print me 10. We got it. Okay. Then next what prints me static block 2. Prints me static block 2 over there. That's it. Then it comes out of the static block over there. Okay. So when it comes out of the static block, now what will happen? The memory which has been given over there, that will be deleted from this. So when it deletes this information, what will happen right now? For me, the object is created from this static block only. So this also will be deleted for me. Clear? Anyone has any doubts on this one? Anyone has any doubts on this one, guys? Clear now? So next, the static blocks are executed. Now what will happen? Once the static block is executed, now for me, main functions start to execute. So now comes over here. For me, it creates local memory for main. Local memory for main. So it has been named. Then my main functions start to execute. So still now, anyone has any doubts? Clear now? Till now?
Murali, I have one doubt.
Yes, tell me. Yes, Rajesh.
In the object which we had created there in a static block,
Yes.
it is having main method also, right?
Yes, correct. It has the main function also.
But we didn't, means nothing happened there actually.
No. Main function will not be executed. That is actually functions will not be called. Only non-static blocks and then the constructors will be called for us.
Okay.
Okay. Functions will not be called for us. Clear?
Okay.
So now, tell me.
I have one more doubt actually. Can we declare any variables inside static or non-static blocks?
That is variables.
Inside the static, inside the SIB or IIB.
Okay.
Can we declare any variables inside?
Yeah, you can declare. So that will be a local for that alone, that block alone.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay.
Murli, I have a small doubt.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Let's say in the object, we have created the object. Okay. There itself, we are calling a function or any variable which is there inside main.
Okay. So sorry, come again.
Yeah. There we have created an object, right? One object is created.
That is this place you're saying, then the static block. This place.
Yeah. You come to the diagram.
Okay.
Diagram. Yeah, that place. We have created the object here. Okay.
Correct.
So this while object creation, this constructor will be called. Okay. Let's
Correct.
say let's say here using this object we are calling any function or any variable which is declared inside main. Okay.
Sorry. That is, I created the object.
Okay. In this object
Okay.
we are calling, we are accessing any variable or any function which is declared inside main function.
I'm not getting that part. What I'm using in main function. I'm not using anything from the main function here. I'm
Let's
not.
say I'm just giving one example. If at all
Okay.
we are using,
Ah,
yeah. So here Rajiv said like main function is being loaded, but it is not been executed here, right?
correct.
So how is the memory allocation happens for those variable and functions?
No. The information, what I'm saying means, in the object level, all the memories are being loaded. Variable, that is global level members, everything will be loaded over there. The thing is actually what by default calling will happen only for the non-static blocks and then the constructors alone. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Clear?
Murli, I have a doubt.
Yeah. Yes, Manika.
Murli, as you said, like first of all, we have to load the static block. We have to call the static block. Then we will be calling non-static and a default constructor.
Correct.
So the first one is static block you have declared, like you have loaded. Then why this last one static block is again after declare after loading default construction? Why it is executed again?
Static block executes only once.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's happening means inside the static block, can you see I have created an object.
Okay.
So when we create an object, I already told you non-static blocks and then the constructors will be executed. Correct?
Yes.
So that's why this non-static blocks, constructors, everything is executed. Then after it's been done, my control should come over to the same place wherever the object is created. Correct?
Okay.
That's why then after that these two lines are being executed.
So it is not mandatory that we have to execute first the static block, even if there is a constructor.
Okay. Sorry.
It is not mandatory to execute, like as you said, there will be a sequential order, like first static block should be executed, then non-static and default constructor.
No.
So it is not.
How the execution means, always by default, whenever you execute a program, before executing a main function, static blocks will be executed.
Yes.
Getting non-static blocks and constructors, whenever we create an object, that time only the execution will be done.
Yeah. So in this block, in the static block, we have a we have an object. So that's why you have executed non-static block over here after static block, right?
Sorry, I missed it. Sorry.
In the static block, we have the static block printed over here. Then after that, you have executed this two non-static block.
Correct.
Because we have object created over here, that's why we are executing non-static block, right?
Correct.
So after that only static block 2 will come.
Correct.
Okay. So what if it like CISO static block, then CISO static block 2 will be there, then that will come in sequential.
Yes, correct. That is, once this actually, because of this creation of the object, we executed actually what this non-static blocks and then the constructors. Then after everything is been done, control again comes to the same place where the object has been created.
Okay.
Okay. So Murli, we have only one static block, right?
We have one static block, two non-static blocks.
Yeah, that's it. Because the confusion is we have inside the static block we have two there. That's why we got confused. CISO static block 2 printout is there, no? Below there. Yeah. there.
Oh, okay. No.
Yeah,
Nothing.
that's what I was also confused.
Got it.
Yeah.
No. This is actually what,
We
can you
can
see? It starts from here and then it ends over here.
we can print like start, SIB1 start,
Yeah.
SIB1 end. Like
Got it. Yeah. Got it. Yes. My mistake.
Yeah.
You
I
guys,
have
you guys are clear now?
Yes, Murli. Thank you.
I have small doubt now.
Yes.
Can we declare? I mean, can we create an objects inside non-static blocks also?
Non-static blocks. Create object.
Yes.
Yes, it's possible.
Uh, at that time, will the same? For example, we have created an non-static created an object in non-static block. At that time, also it will call the non-static blocks to execute.
Correct. It will be done. But problem what will happen? That will become as a recursive call. Will be called
Yeah.
as a recursive call. So
Yeah.
MC what happens? I'm creating an object. See what happens right now. So this point of time, what will happen? This will go. Sorry, not a recursive call. Sorry. So the thing is actually what will happen? This, when we create an object. So I'll run this. See,
I think we have to give separate object name there.
can you see? Executed.
Yeah.
But can you see a number of times executed and then exception has been occurred over there, it has been thrown. That is
Yes.
recursive problem. That is, it will be like an infinite loop over there.
Okay.
That's a problem. Yeah.
That means we can create an object inside static block and main method.
Correct. Here if we do, things will work, but the thing is, it will be throwing an error after that. That is, during execution time, it becomes a recursive call and then throws me an error over there. Stack overflow error. That means my memory is been gone.
Okay.
That's the thing. Clear now?
Yeah, clear.
Okay. Can I proceed?
Yes.
Okay. So now we have executed this static block. Then now what will happen? My main function start to execute. So now what will happen? It prints me program starts. Program starts. Then again I'm creating an object. So now again what will happen right now for me? It creates me an object. The object name will be obj. So here also what, I'm not passing any argument over here. So what will happen right now for me? So all the global members will be loaded. What are the global members we have here? Integer I is equal to 10. Then after that my two non-static blocks IAB1 and IAB2 both will be loaded. One IAB2. Then after that my default constructor, because I'm not passing any argument, so my default constructor. Then after that my main function. These all gets loaded over there right now. So now next what will happen right now for me? So all these things got loaded right now. Then after the next, first non-static block will be loaded. So this IAB1, IAB2. Local memory for IAB1. Now start to execute. So now what will happen? That will print me non-static block 1. Then what is my I value? So it comes to this object. I value will be 10. That will be printed. Then non-static block 2. That is the second non-static block. That is IB1 has been executed. Now memory will be deleted. Then local memory for IB2. Now non-static block 2, that will be executed. Then it comes out of it. That time memory will be deleted. Then my default constructor. So local memory for constructor. Then after that, my default constructor, that will be printed. Okay, that will come. Then after that again, control comes to the place wherever it has been called. Okay, so now what will happen right now for me? So control comes over here. Then after that obj.i. So now in the main function, it checks whether obj. So comes here. What is the obj.i value? It is 10. So 10 will be printed. So before that, this also will be getting deleted. Clear? So now obj.i has been added. Okay, clear? Clear still now? Anyone has any doubts? Everyone is clear? So now I'm creating another object. Constructor obj1 equal to new constructor 100. So now what will happen again? One more object will be created. obj1. So I'm creating. So that will be created. So then now what will happen right now for me? All the global members as usual. Integer I is equal to 10, that will be loaded. Then IIB1 and IIB2 again it will be loaded here also. Then after that my main function.
I think integer constructor will be loaded.
Yes. Yeah, I forgot to load the constructor. So the thing is here I'm passing an integer argument. So now the constructor integer A, that will be loaded. Yeah. Thank you. So this will be loaded. These are the things got loaded there. Then next, now what happened? First, the IB1 and IB2 will be executed. So for that again, the same concept like this. So I'm just copy pasting the same thing because we know that what will come. Same information. These two things will come. So for that, the output will be non-static block 1 and then the I value will be 10 and non-static block 2. So these two lines. These three lines will be printed again here. We got it. Then next, now what happened right now? So we have printed this one. So then next, now what happened right now for me? The constructor. The constructor right now is integer A. So for that, local memory for constructor integer A. So this will come. So now what will happen right now? Integer u is equal to 100. So that means I am declaring a new variable. So that will be loaded here. Integer u is equal to 100. Then system.println I. So now it comes over here. Do we have I variable? No. So if we don't have here, goes to the object. I value is what? 10. So 10 will be printed. Then after that, system.println A. So do we have here A? So here the thing is actually what? Integer A, because we passed an argument over there, na? Integer A, that is equal to, so what is the value we have passed? 100. So 100 will come over here. Hundred will come. Integer A is equal to 100. So then after the next control comes here. So What is the A value over there? The A value here it is 100. So that 100 will be printed there. Okay. Then after that, integer argument constructor is going to print. Clear for everyone? Then control comes from that place over there. So now what will happen? The memory will be deleted. Okay. Then next again control comes to this place. Then I'm creating another object over there. New constructor 10, 20.50. So again now what will happen? The same thing, non-static block 1 and block 2. So I'm not drawing the memory. So we know the output. All the things will be loaded. So now first IAB1 and IAB2 will be printed. So for that, these two will be the output. Then next to what? Now for me, the constructor. So now the constructor is what? 10, 20.50. So for that, it comes over here, prints me integer and double argument constructor. Then after that, the memory allocated for the constructor, IAB1 and then IAB2, everything will be deleted. The only thing is actually what here for these objects right now we have the name for it, but right now we will not have the name for it. That's the thing. Then next new constructor 20.50, 10. Again for me, this IAB1, IAB2 will be loaded. Then next for this double and integer argument constructor will be printed. Then control comes from that. Okay. Then finally, if you see, so for me, main function has been executed. Now what will happen? Main function gets deleted. So once the main function gets deleted, the object which has been created from that place, all the objects will be deleted from our side. Then comes out of the main function, then comes out of the entire class. That time static pool and then the entire memory location which is allocated also will be deleted. That's it. Clear? Anyone has any doubts on this program, guys? Everyone understood about how static blocks, non-static block constructors will be executed? Okay. So cool. So this is about from our side about the constructors and then non-static blocks. So I'll be giving you some assignments for today. Okay. So we have seen actually what a little bit about what is functions, constructors, non-static blocks, all those things. So you can do. So I'll be sending you some 2 programs over there. So you have to check over there how the output will be there for that. So for example, this is SAP IAB. This is a class. So for that, you have to execute me all these things. Okay, the same type, how I draw the memory location, the same concept you have to see it over here. Okay, I've just written some information. That is, all your static members will be initialized in SAP over there. That is actually what? The static members, I can initialize the values over there. So for that, what the it has been used in the developer side over there, usually for initializing of the static members over there. They will be using it. The thing is, you cannot declare a static variable inside the static block or a function or a constructor variable because static belongs to global. Integer k equal to 40. Now this is actually what? Local over there. Correct? So you can have a local variable, but you cannot have a global variable inside the static block. So if you give here static, that becomes as error. Remove invalid modifier because we cannot have a static keyword for a local variable here. That's it. Okay. So SAP will call automatically when we are going to execute your program. Before your main method, SAP will be executed. Whenever we create an object, IAB will be executed. Everything will be executed in sequential order. One by one, it will be executed for us. Then IAB will be executed first before executing the constructor. if you have constructors also means IAB will, that is non-static blocks will be executed first, then only constructor. Non-static blocks, what will happen? Any point of time you create an object that will be executed. Constructors, based on the argument that respective constructor alone will be executed. When we assign a value to the static member anywhere, that will be assigned to the static pool. Okay, that we have seen already. No? So that is actually what from our side, wherever we assign the value, that will be assigned to the static pool. So because static members always will have a single copy, whenever you give a value for that, it will be assigned to always to the static pool and then all over the place. Non-static member will be local for that object alone. Whenever you create a new object, the default value will be taken always, each and every time. That's the thing. Okay. So with this, we'll close the session for today. Okay, I'll send you some assignments. You guys can try that assignments, and then so things will be easier for you when you're going further. Okay, guys. Okay. So tomorrow, 11 a.m. we all will connect over there in the direct in the classroom training. Okay, you guys can come over there. So there we will be seeing about some information on the Java. Okay.
How many classes we have backup classes more?
So actually, we have seen about constructors. So most probably in another 2 days or something, it will be there. If you have 1.5 hours, actually, what we can complete in 2 days. So in case if it's 1 hour, we'll have it for 3 days.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So because we have to see about if conditions and then loops over there, and then the inheritance concept. Okay. Okay, guys. So
Murli,
yes, Swami.
Murli,
Yeah. Yes, tell me.
Murli, can you send me the syllabus for Selenium and Java?
Sure,
I
sure.
don't have it.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I'll send you today.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Sorry.
You can send it to all.
Cool. Yeah, sure. I'll send to everyone. Okay. Yeah.
Even Sandeep also need it.
Yeah. I'll send to our all group entirely. I'll send to everyone.
I have one more small doubt actually. When online classes will be starting? Morning batch?
I'm starting the new online batch from coming Monday. It's morning
Okay,
6 a.m. Yeah.
Morning 6 to?
6:45 to 8:15 a.m.
Okay. Yeah, Sandeep asked me actually. He will be attending.
Yeah. Sure. Yes,
You
Rajesh.
can send an invite to him also.
Cool. I'll add for him also. So Sunday we'll be sending the meeting invite for everyone.
Sure. As he is out of station for this week, today he didn't attend it. So.
Yeah. Cool. He'll come on Monday, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Monday I'll be just taking actually what installation of Java and all those stuff. So it's in case it's not a if he's missing also, it's not a big problem. It will be easier only.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Murli, for me, like the backup classes for Java, like 3 more days will be there, right?
Correct. That evening
And
this
after-
will be there for 3 days.
Okay, after that I can join Selenium, or like how it is, like how it will be.
Actually, right now for you can come for the morning classes, Monika.
Okay, then again it will be from starting, or like how it is.
Yeah, it will be starting. So it's like actually you can come after a week. So that means you will be there in the same loop.
Okay, because the video. Okay, fine. I'll discuss you later on. Okay.
Sure. We will connect.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Yes. Thank you. So tomorrow we'll again connect. Thank you. Bye bye.